Yeah, the session is live streaming now, so we can start the session. Good afternoon, everyone. IPGA Women Forum South Zone International Women's Day celebrations. On the occasion of this, we have organized a special webinar, Give to Gain, Empowered Women, Empowered Nation is our theme. So, introducing myself, Dr. B. Revati, HOD and Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacology, Swiss College of Pharmacy, IPGA Women Forum, Andhra Pradesh State Coordinator. Respected guests, eminent speakers, faculty, colleague, and my dear super active students, hearty welcome and warm good afternoon for attending the webinar hosted by South Zone IPGA Women Forum. So here, the Women Forum consisting of all the South states, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka represented by Nandini ma'am, Kerala represented by Mahalakshmi ma'am and Ramya ma'am, Tamil Nadu represented by Kumudaveni ma'am and Dr. Lakshmi ma'am. Happy Women's Day to all. As a part of Women's Day celebrations, today this webinar is being themed with the Give to Gain, Empowered Women, Empowered Nation. We were very much delighted to have our guest speakers, Dr. Vanitha Murli Kumar, founder, Dhanvantralaya, Chennai, and Smriti Ayur Care, Malaysia, and Srimati Ivy Lois, founder and director, Ween Training and Consultant in Bangalore. And a special guest, our chairperson of IPGA Women Forum, Dr. Manju Singh ma'am. We are ecstatic to have our guests and speakers join us today. We believe this is an excellent opportunity to get encouraged and inspired to think beyond. At the outset, warm greetings and best wishes are being conveyed by our President, Sir, Dr. Atul Nasa, Sir, IPGA President and State President of IPGA, all the South Zones states, and Dr. Jaybalan, Sir, President IPGA, Alwa Chapter, who is technically supporting for the Zoom platform and even the other technical activities. Relax and enjoy this session. I feel pleasure to introduce Dr. B. Kumudaveni ma'am, IPGA National South Zone Joint Secretary, Assistant Professor, College of Pharmacy, Department of Pharmacognosy, Madras College, Medical College from Tamil Nadu to deliver the welcome note. Over to Kumudaveni ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to all the respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, office bearers, and dedicated members of the IPGA, colleagues, and dear participants. First of all, I wish Happy Women's Day to all the women who are participating in today's event. It's both an honor and a heartful pleasure for me to welcome you all to this special webinar organized by the IPGA Women's Forum South Zone in celebration of International Women's Day. I am Dr. Kumdeveni, Joint Secretary of the IPGA South Zone. I am happy to address such an inspiring gathering. I say from the depths of my heart that I feel proud and deeply grateful to be a woman, because being a woman means carrying within us a unique strength, the strength to nurture, to endure, to uplift, and to inspire. That is a beautiful proverb. God could not be everywhere, and therefore He created mothers. So, this simple line reflects the immeasurable influence of women in shaping lives and guiding generations. Today, we gather not only to celebrate women, but also to reflect on their remarkable journey through time. As inspiring thought says, when a woman rises, she lifts many others with her. This perfectly captures the essence of today's themes: give to gain, empowered women, empowered nations. So the theme reminds us that empowerment is not something we keep only for ourselves. True empowerment happens when we share knowledge, support one another, and create opportunities for others to grow. There is another well known proverb that beautifully reflects this truth. If you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a generation. So, history and experience shows us that Whenever women are empowered with education, opportunity, and confidence, the entire society progresses. A nation that empowers its women strengthens its future. On occasions like International Women's Day, we celebrate not only achievements but also resilience, the courage of women who broke barriers, challenged limitations, and paved the way for future generations. Women play a major role in the field of pharmacy as researchers discovering new medicines, as pharmacists providing patient care and health awareness, as clinical pharmacists to ensure safety and efficacy of the medicines, and as educators shaping future pharmacists. Our work not only advances science and knowledge, but also improves the health and well-being of communities. Yet, what makes this journey even more beautiful is the spirit of giving, supporting, and uplifting each other, which is exactly what today's theme encourages us to do. At the outset, it is my great honor to warmly welcome our distinguished guest, Dr. Atul Kumar Nasa, sir, President of IPGA, to this webinar on the occasion of International Women's Day celebrations. Sir, your remarkable leadership and dedication to strengthening the pharmacy profession have been a great inspiration to the pharmacists and students across the country. Your presence today adds great value and encouragement to this celebration that recognize the achievements and contributions of women. We are truly honored to have you with us today. It's my privilege to extend a respectful and warm welcome to our special guest, Dr. Manju Singh, Chairperson of the IPGA Women's Forum. Madam, your leadership and commitment to empowering women in the pharmacy profession continue to inspire many of us. We are grateful for your presence and encouragement. I also extend my heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guest speakers, Dr. Vanitha Murali Kumaran, founder of Dhanvantralaya, Chennai, and Smriti Oyukar, Malaysia, and Ms. Ivy Lewis, founder and director of VNE Training and Consulting LLP, Bengaluru. We sincerely thank you for accepting our invitation and for taking the time to share your valuable insights with us on this special occasion. I also extend my warm welcome to Dr. Jayabalan, Joint Secretary, North and Public Relations Divisions. We sincerely appreciate his support today as he works behind the scenes as a background operator for this program. Thank you, sir, for your valuable contribution to making this event run smoothly. I also extend my warm welcome to all the states, South Zone states, presidents, secretaries for this event. My warm greetings to the dedicated coordinators of the IPGA Women Forum South Zone, Dr. Mahalashmi, South Zone Coordinator from Kerala, Dr. Revati, Andhra Pradesh State Coordinator, Dr. Lakshmi, Tamil Nadu State Coordinator, Ms. Ramya Gayatri, Kerala State Coordinator, and Ms. Nandini, Karnataka State Coordinator. So they are our pillars of IPGA Women's Forum South Zone. Your constant efforts in strengthening the Women's Forum across the South Zones are truly commendable. I also extend a very warm welcome to all academicians, researchers, professionals, students, and enthusiastic participants who have joined us today. As we participate in this webinar, I sincerely hope that the insights shared by our esteemed speakers will inspire new ideas, strengthen professional networks, and motivate many women to pursue their dreams with confidence and determination. Once again, I wish everyone a very happy International Women's Day. Let us make this celebration of International Women's Day a moment of inspiration, reflection, and renewed commitment to empowering women everywhere. With these words, I warmly welcome you all and wish this webinar a truly meaningful and successful section. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kumudaveni ma'am. So that was really a educating warm welcome and empowering also. So next, I would like to invite my distinct pleasure to invite Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am, IPG Women Forum South Zone Coordinator, Chief Inspector Drugs Intelligence Squad, Drug Controller Department from Kerala to deliver the keynote remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. Respected Chairperson of IPGA Women Forum, Dr. Manju Singh ma'am, esteemed guest speakers, Dr. Vanitha Murali Kumar and Mrs. Ivy Lewis, and distinguished coordinators of our South Zone. especially Revati ma'am from AP, Ramya Gayatri ma'am from Kerala, and the efficient and energetic Nandini ma'am from Karnataka, and Lakshmi ma'am, of course, from Tamil Nadu, and overall the Joint Secretary of South Zone, Kumudavani ma'am, and respected colleagues and my dear participants. So, I first of all welcome you all of you to this South Zone Women Forum organized celebration of International Women's Day in advance. So this indeed is a great honor and privilege for me to be part of this meaningful webinar, which is organized jointly by each state of these women coordinators, and they have put all of their efforts in these programs. And this year the theme, as we all know, is Give to Gain, Empowered Women and Empowered Nation, which beautifully highlights the power of contribution, compassion, and leadership. That you can see here before you. This each and everyone has contributed that much to fulfill their this webinar to become a success. Moreover, it's today's rapidly evolving healthcare landscape. The pharmacists are no longer confined to the dispensing medicines and alone, and we are focusing on the educators, patient counselors, researchers, regulators, and public health advocates, etc. So, women pharmacists in particular bring empathy, commitment, and a patient centric approach that greatly enhances healthcare delivery. Organizations like the IPGA Women Forum play a crucial role in providing a platform for networking, mentorship, and leadership development among women professionals. Initiatives such as today's webinar encourage knowledge sharing, inspire young pharmacists, and promote collaboration across states and institutions. I would also like to appreciate the dedicated efforts of each and every state coordinators once again, who together brought these experts and participants from different regions. And such initiatives truly reflects the spirit of unity and professional excellence. So, as we celebrate International Women's Day, let us reaffirm our commitment to supporting women in education, leadership, research, and healthcare services. Let us encourage young women to pursue career in pharmacy and healthcare, to innovate and to lead with confidence. And I am confident that today's webinar will provide valuable insights through the experiences and expertise of our distinguished speakers. I encourage all participants to actively engage, learn, and take inspiration from the discussions. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really the activating note here. Now, I'm delighted to invite today's actually chief guest, Manju Singh ma'am, but she conveyed her message as she was busy with the some interview call and she couldn't attend it. But anyways, she conveyed the regards and best wishes to the team of South Zone Women Forum. And it's time to hand over session to Dr. K. Lakshmi ma'am, IPG Women Forum Tamil Nadu State Coordinator, Professor and Dean of Chitnaidu School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Kalambakam, of introducing the guest speaker, Dr. Vanitha Murli Kumar, founder, Dhanvantaralaya, Chennai, and Srimati Ayurkir, Malaysia. Smriti Ayurkir, Malaysia. Over to the Lakshmi ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my great pleasure and privilege to introduce our distinguished speaker for today, Dr. Vanitha Murli Kumar, a renowned Ayurvedic physician, academician, and visionary leader who has made remarkable contributions to the advancement of Ayurveda, both nationally and globally. Dr. Vanitha holds BA MS and MD. She currently serves as the chairwoman and she's chief consultant of Dhanvantaralaya Ayurveda Specialty Hospital, Chennai, one of the first NABH accredited Ayurvedic hospitals in the city. She has held several prestigious leadership positions, most notably as the president of the Central Council of Indian Medicine under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, where she created history by becoming the first woman in India to hold this position. She has also served as the vice president of CCIM and as a member of important national bodies including the Central Advisory Board of Education and the National Council for Clinical Establishments. Dr. Vanita has made a significant academic contributions as the director of Sri Sairam Medical Colleges for Ayurveda, Siddha and Homeopathy, and as a Senate member and the faculty president of the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University. An accomplished clinician and entrepreneur, she leads several healthcare initiatives, including Tanmantralaya Ayurveda specialty hospitals and clinics in India, as well as Smriti Ayur Care in Malaysia, working actively to globalize the wisdom of Ayurveda. Her excellence has been widely recognized with several honors, including the Gold Medal for Best Outgoing Student, the Best Teacher Award from the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, and multiple recognitions for leadership in Ayurveda. Beyond medicine, she is also deeply committed to social service through Rotary, where she has led impactful initiatives such as mobile mammography bus project providing free breast cancer screening for underserved women. Dr. Vanita's life and work stand as a powerful testament to her mission of preserving, promoting, and globalizing Ayurveda for the well being of humanity. It is indeed an honor to have such an inspiring leader with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Vanita R. Murli Kumar. Thank you, madam, for joining us today and for sharing your valuable time with us. To make this session more engaging and interactive, we have planned it in a form of a short podcast style conversation. I will be posing a few questions to Madam so that we can explore her experiences, insights, and entrepreneurial journey in the more informal and inspiring way. Moreover, she is an Ayurvedic doctor, and being a Women's Day, this event is being a Women's Day celebration. So we can also listen to her about, we can understand about the women health. We can get many advices from her in order to maintain our health. With that, madam, may I begin with the first question?
Yeah, sure, Dr. Lakshmi. First of all, I congratulate for making such a wonderful arrangement. Congratulations and best wishes to Pharmacy Graduates Association, because I always think pharmacy graduates are very important in the life of Ayurveda, because when Ayurveda is always posed for why not be an evidence-based medicine, I think that you people can help us in becoming evidence-based medicine. So it's indeed a great opportunity for me in addressing you, that too in a women's forum. Dr. Revati, Dr. Kumuda ma'am, you are wonderful women shining stars. I know I'm with you for past 26 years. And thank you for the powerful introduction, because only when you introduce, I just get reminded about my positions. And yeah, I am a gold medalist. I am a best teacher awardee like that. Otherwise, we need to forget it and run to make our day-to-day activities. And we never mind about our positions. So this introduction has really given me an encouragement. Yeah, I have done so much of things in my life. It's very, very great addressing you all. We can start with the question.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, since as I said, it's Women's Day celebration, so I want to start the first question with the women health. So, how does Ayurveda interpret women's health? Uh, Something different from the modern medicine, especially in terms of prevention and holistic well-being.
Sure. Not only women's health, the health definition itself is far, far different from the modern medicine definition, what has already been given. Okay. So initially, the health definition was like it was a physical well being. Then they added it's a physical, mental well being. Then again, they added it's a physical, mental, and spiritual well being of an individual is called health definition as per so called WHO's standards. But as per Ayurveda, men or women, the health definition is the same, but the approach should be different. The health definition is like, Ayurveda says like swastasya swasa rakshanam, aturasya vikara prashamanam sha. Like, if you're healthy, you're prasanna atma indriya manas. If you have a clarity in your sense organs, if your atma is fulfilled with happiness, then only it is called health. So not only the physical status, so only if you're internally happy, if you have a fulfillment in your life, that is called health. So always tell people, don't take rest. If you're busy, if you're having a fulfillment in keeping yourself busy and working, and it is also a healthy lifestyle. It's not like you're always working, take rest like that. So the women approach is also like that, similar in Ayurveda. The men and women are, physiologically different. I can say that I can also define that Ayurveda and allopathy is like men and women. Mostly the men are result oriented and the women are process oriented. Women always say like, if you tell me like you join us 3 o'clock, then how did you join the Zoom call properly at 3 o'clock? I will say morning I was been attending the OP, then I was cooking, then I put some lunch to my husband, children, then I joined the Zoom link, Wi-Fi not working. I took the data like that. I used to tell some stories. I'm process oriented being a woman. In the same stage, if you'd ask a men speaker, he said he will only utter few words. Yes, it's just like that. I have joined. I'm fine with that. So that's the difference between men and women. And when men have a lot of friends, they can maintain the friendship. Women cannot maintain the friendship. Even after 10 years, if the both men are not speaking, but still he gets a call from the person after 10 years also, he will tell, "Enada machan solle," what happened like that. But the woman will not pick the phone. She will always think, no, 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 why after 10 years she is calling me? There is something important that should be the thing. Let us not pick, let us have one or two missed calls. Later we'll talk with her like that. No, the woman mentality. Sorry to say this, but the genetically it is there with among us. So the health also will be different. Ayurveda also says in the similar way, the women are Sukumara Degigal. We are very soft but strong. We are soft but very strong in nature. So the achieving the woman health nowadays, the women are not taking care of their health, busy either with the family or with the career. I am noticing nowadays is women are getting more career oriented, not taking care of their health. So it's very important, as I said, the happiness inside you and your physical stability is important for women's health. That's what Ayurveda says.
Thank you, madam. So we have started with understanding what is women health. Next, we want to know. I have heard about different doshas like Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and I forgot the other one. Sorry. So, how do we understand to which dosha I belong to? And whenever there is an imbalance, I have also heard about certain terminologies like we also have sometimes mixed dosha also. But if there is some imbalance in that, we are prone to the disease. So how do we understand this kind of concept so that we can protect ourselves from forthcoming diseases?
Yeah, very, very true. Directly, you have gone to the technical point of doshas in Ayurveda. We always say the body is made up of 5 elements called the Panchamahabhutas. So the universe is also made up of Panchamahabhuta, and our body is also made up of Panchamahabhuta. அண்டத்தில் இருப்பது பிண்டம் பிண்டத்தில் இருப்பது அண்டம். That's what our science says. Similarly, there must be a balance of 3 doshas, as you said, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha in our body to maintain our health. There are two things. One is Prakriti and Vikriti. About this doshas, Prakriti is your body constitution. You understand which dosha you're already made up of. Vikriti is the illness. When these doshas get affected, how will you become into disease? So the Prakriti is a personality, body constitution. You can understand about you. There are so many combinations. Mainly, if the Vata dosha is dominant, if you are made up of Vata dosha, you'll be little impulsive, hyperactive, very fast speaking, get temperament will be very high. Everything the person will do very very fast. So if you come across such person, then you can imagine that he is Vata constitution. If the female is of Pitta constitution, then she would be very fair, very intelligent, very beautiful, but she gets anger very quickly. Whenever the beauty is there, the beast also will be there. So the Pitta Prakriti, Pitta constitution is also like that. Suppose if the female is made up of a Kapha constitution, then there will be a weight gain, little obese, little lazy, and always in a depressive mode, not active, always in depressive mode, and that person will be very, very overthinking. Recently, in an interview, I told like instead of exchanging horoscopes to decide the marriage, better you exchange your Prakriti questionnaire, exchange the body constitution questionnaire, whether this dosha constitution will set the other dosha, because it's not just marriages are not just an emotional compatibility, it is also a biological and a health compatibility. When Vata and Vata gets married, both will be always fighting. No, they both will be always very speed high. When Pitta and Pitta gets married, both will be always having ego clashes and lot of anger mood will be there. If Kapha and Kapha will be getting married, then you can see both will be overthinking, both will be lazy. The house will become very gloomy. So always go for combinations which will set yourself. That's a funny thing I told in a recent interview. That's all about the body constitution. But if these Vata, Pitta, Kapha, when it goes up or down, then you get diseases. So, for your understanding in a very crispy way, I can say the Vata dosha is almost responsible for your mobility and pain disorders. The Pitta is very important for your digestion and gastrointestinal disorders. The Kapha is very important for your stability, the stability to remain, and like and other respiratory illnesses. This is what you can basically understand how the prakriti, your body constitution is, and when there is an imbalance in these doshas, what kind of disorders you will get.
Okay. So very interesting part. I think from tomorrow everyone are going to analyze what the other person is, whether they are under Vata, Pitta. And when I do some self-analysis, I think I am mixture of one or two at least.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically three will be very difficult combination of three,
Yes.
but basically all will have two.
Yes. Okay.
If one dosha is there, we can easily find out from the way they behave.
Okay. I feel I'm mixture of two doshas. Okay,
You're
ma'am.
you're
So
mixture of kapha and pitta.
okay, thank you. So I think you have an option of starting matrimony also.
Yeah. Instead of horoscopes or
Yes,
exchanging the mobile phones,
yes.
better you exchange your prakriti questions.
Yes. So, being this doshas, we have to balance this doshas. Having said that, so how can we customize our diet and lifestyle? Because today we are multitasking. Women are particularly multitasking. We have to balance our physical and emotional. So, how can we manage this through diet and lifestyle?
Yeah, it's a very, very good point to make. Like, I'm also getting a chance to convey. There are three pillars in Ayurveda called Ahara, Nidra, and Brahmacharya, like your diet and your sleep and your sexual activities. These three should be balanced. This is one point what Ayurveda says. The other point what Ayurveda says is the dinacharya. From morning you get up to your sleep, what you have to do in your daily activities. But it is very theoretical and practically if you apply in this fast day-to-day activities, everything cannot be adopted. Like the dinacharya starts with you get up early in the morning in the Brahma Muhurta, like as we always do. But the timing is little, from 4 to 5:30, we need to get up. Because early risers, if you see, they always grow very well. They are little bit devoid of getting affected with diseases. And also, you have the main logic behind getting up of Brahma Muhurta is morning, you'll have a lot of time. People who say that I don't have time for exercise, I don't have time for doing this or that, then the simple basic thing is you need to get up early, in the morning in Brahma Muhurta. So the morning is long for you. So you will have time to read, meditate, do yoga, go for walking. And Ayurveda also recommends oil application all over the body and then take bath. But now we have only a crow bath. You just get in the bathroom, quickly come out and rush to take car or bus to reach your colleges or clinics, whatever it is. But if you get up in the early morning, I think you'll have time to do everything. You can walk, you can cook for the family, you can meditate, and you change your lifestyle. All women in this forum, my kind advice to them is to get up in the Brahma Muhurta, do some exercises, do some meditation, at least before you sleep. As far as diet is concerned, I can see we are overloaded or over informed with multiple diet patterns nowadays. It is a paleo diet, or it's a vegan, or a high protein diet. So much of things. I'm telling you, my ladies, no diet is not going to work for you at all, because we, being an Indians, cannot adopt a vegan diet or a high protein diet and survive. Sorry for the persons who are putting their over information in the social media. Whatever the diet followed by our ancestors, our forefathers, fathers, mother, that will be coded in our gene, and the same diet only can be acceptable to our body. This is the important message I wanted to give you. Maybe because we don't do much physical activity nowadays, we can reduce the quantity of the diet called portion control diet. To the patients whom they ask me for a diabetic diet or whatever it is, I always tell them to reduce the weight, to improve the metabolism. Maybe you're not doing fast much physical activity, you can reduce, and that can be a portion control diet. And the diet must always start with the fruit in Ayurveda. Ayurveda always says, starts with sweet. Start with sweet means it is sweet taste. Ayurveda talks about six taste in the lifestyle. So not with sweet. Don't buy a rasagulla or a globe jamun and start with sweet. Sweet taste. Always start with sweet taste and end with kashaya taste. So end of the day, your dinner should be a soup. These kind of things should be adopted. In the middle, you can eat whatever you want, but you can have a portion control diet. And sleep is very, very important. We know even after inventing so many anti-diabetic drugs or an insulin, metformin, lipramide, whatever it is, still the patient is not having a good diabetic control. Now, later they said it's because of diet, and they have appointed dietitian in the diabetic centers. After seeing that, first we go and do the blood test, then consult the doctor will assign to a dietitian. This was the pattern they were following, and now they are talking about sleep. If you don't have a quality sleep, not the quantity sleep, if you don't have a quality sleep, then your sugar is not going to be under control. This is what Ayurveda already told Ahara, Nidra, and Brahmacharya. And coming to the sexual life, the sex is very, very important for any couple, but it should not be excess. But when I see patients coming for fertility treatment, they say we have the family wave only once in a week or like that, and they were demanding for a pregnancy. That vibe or that connection is not been established with the couple, but that is going to help the health of both men and women. So these three things, these three pillars are very, very important to maintain the health of the woman.
Thank you, ma'am. And next thing is the most common thing what we come across among the college girls and students. This PCOD. So polycystic ovarian syndrome. Again, this is very common in today's lifestyle. So what is your advice for those girls?
Okay. So when you find a person with PCOS, we all studied in the book, the girl will have a prone to weight gain. They will have the secondary sexual characters, extra hair growth, and the periods are irregular or sometimes the painful periods. This is what we study. But think that if anyone followed the proper regimen in their menarche, that the first time of attaining their menses, if they have followed the proper regime, then these things would have not happened. Because our culture, our Indian culture suggests that at the time of menarche, there is a advice of taking gingerly oil to the girl. We used to give in our houses, but now the girls refuse to take it. Also, we used to give the urud dal kali, which is in the form of a diet, to the to the girls who attained menarche. Also, we give some, eggs. So these type of regimens are not just a grandma advice. It is also a part of advice in Ayurveda. Like even it's a part of not only in India, even in Sri Lanka they follow this. Urud dal kali and the nallanai, the called the gingerly oil, very very important because it is said to have they are rich in omega 3 or omega 6 fatty acids that regulates the women hormones. So this we need to implant in our culture. Though we have discontinued, make sure that it is getting continued to next generations to avoid lot of hormonal imbalances in the children. And other things is we have need to focus, like I already said that food is very important, exercise is very important. So better to avoid the junk food. Teach everybody, every girl child or male child, girl child very important because the health is very important for her, not to have junk food which is made up of MSG that is going to hamper the hormones. Also tell them this story. This must be your takeaway home message that there was a researcher in Kyoto University, Japan, who was doing to find out the universal taste so that he can sell his product globally. He was finding for a universal taste because we may not like the Western taste of croissant or a sandwich. They may not like our taste of sambar or dal, whatever it is. So he's trying to find out a universal taste. So in his research journey, he found that mother's milk had the universal taste that is liked by Africans, Asians, Australians, Americans, everybody in the continent. So finally, he added some salt, like he has extracted the glutamic. He found the secret that tastes the mother's milk is glutamic acid. So he added some monosodium salt into it, and he made the MSG, which is very, very, very dangerous. We know MSG is dangerous; it is cancerous, but it also hampers the girl child hormones. And the chicken which is sold in the market, except the country chicken. We will not allow anyone to take the routine chicken available in the market called broiler. So choose the food for them very, very, very carefully and very, very gracefully for to make them also teach them understand. So this is what hampering their health. So these things can help in preventing PCOS and avoid weight gain, do regular exercises or any physical activities, especially they can choose a dance type of styles that can help them for their and yogasanas.
Well said, madam. So, having started with menarche, few Ayurvedic advice for women who are in menopause stage.
Sure, sure. I think the people who are joined here, all of us are at that stage. So it's a very, very useful advice. It will be useful advice in this forum.
Okay.
See, the menopause, we are very busy doing all the work and activities. We forget that we are aging. Suddenly, when somebody says happy 50th birthday, then we realize, oh, or when our child is grown up, when we see, we feel, okay, we are all aging. The period starts irregular suddenly. We may not bleed regularly, and sometimes when it is completing 12 months, we understand that we achieved menopause when we don't bleed for 12 months. Also, but you should notice that in this menopause, suddenly within 1 week or 10 days, there will be gain in the upper abdomen. People will come and tell, why my belly is bloated. I want to reduce my belly. There is a sudden weight gain in the upper abdomen indicates, oh my God, our hormones stopped working. Also, the weight gain in the butt, double chins, and the shrunken face, vitamin deficiency, especially for the menopausal women, because of the weight and pelvic pressure, there is a severe and definitely back pain they will experience. And apart from this, there are other causes like endometriosis, which causes painful pain, or adenomyosis, where they will roll down in pain. And very badly. I'm not recommending Marina insertion for their irregular periods or an menorrhagia. That's not helping, whether it is thrown out or it's leading into other side effects. To minimize the side effects, when you start noticing the irregular periods, please, please remember the two herbs. One is Shatavari, the other one is Satapushpa. The both are female names. You can easily remember. Shatavari is Tanir Vittan Kelanga. Shatavari is the best supplement for the hormonal replacement therapy during the menopause. Start taking at least 6 grams in the form of powder with milk, or it is easily palatable form available in the form of tablets or capsules. You can get it taken two capsules at bedtime daily. Shatavari is very, very rich and it improves our hormones called estrogen that helps in preventing the menopausal complications or post-menopausal, you develop osteoarthritis. So many things can be prevented. Osteoporosis can also be prevented. The other yes drug is the Shatapushpa. Shatapushpa is dill seed one, just like a flaxseed. Flaxseed direct reference is not available in Ayurveda, but this Shatapushpa can be given in the form of powder mixed with jaggery daily. This is said to have this omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acids, where many health supplements are sold. This has to be given in the form of omega 3, omega 6, 5 into 1 percentage, 5 is to 1 you have to give. That you already get in this Shatapushpa. So this is very important drug you need to remember. Start these two supplements. Suppose if you have sleeplessness, then find out the reason. Other comorbidities like diabetes or hypertension, then you take it the form of medicines. Otherwise, as far as health supplements is confirmed for the menopause, then you can go for both yes.
Thank you, madam. So, having done with health-related question, I want to ask some personal questions because you are a entrepreneur and you are inspiring entrepreneur for all of us. So, who has been your greatest inspiration or mentor in your professional journey?
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm getting a chance to mention my mentor in this forum. Always, the girls are not heard when you're, I'm the second born female child in my family. I became a first daughter-in-law, first working woman in the family. So always when you become first, you always have a challenges and you have to jump the hurdles. That's all. You have ups and downs. Uh, First 25 years of my life was very submissive. I was an introvert. I was not like this. It's not like I have been neglected, but it was a practice in the Indian culture that female children are not heard properly. They always have an impression what she knows. She don't know anything. What she can think, what best she can think, like that. It was a practice in the Indian culture. So nothing to blame my family or think. But when I joined as a medical officer in Sairam group of institutions, like uh, my chairman, my mentor, Mr. Leo Muthu sir. He's a chairman, founder chairman of Sairam Institutions. He started listening to me. He will say whatever I say, he says it's a good idea. When somebody says I'm good, then you know that you get very much empowered. That's the woman empowerment I have seen in Sairam Institution place. And he always says, you ask Vanita, she will tell properly. You give concern to her advice. Suddenly you get like you become from mustard to mountain. Then you get empowered. So it's because of him that I have been shaped very, very much gradually and I reached such position. So I'm very much grateful to him and I mention his name always.
What keeps you motivated and passionate about your work? Because yesterday when I tried to reach you, you were not in India. Morning only you came from Malaysia. Again tomorrow you are going to London. So how do you? What pushes you to this extreme?
Dr. Lakshmi, I have seen in my career of this 50 years, like I am 50 years old, in my career of 27 years, women never gets the opportunity. Women always need to grab the opportunity. All please remember, and I know the females in this, all the ladies in this forum will have the similar experience like me. And when I attend meetings, I became the first woman president. Previously, I was a member. When you're sitting in the meetings, you're not heard. And any important decisions in the meeting, like you'll be breaking your head to tell something, but when the other men will just move around, have some, they'll have a smoke in the balcony and come back with a decision, sit in the meeting, and they'll announce the decisions. You will never get an opportunity. I'm telling you, you need only to grab everything. That's what I have learned in my life. And I never let men to come. Even in my hospital, I have only two men working with me. I run the entire hospital with 80 women of Dhanvantala Aero Specialty Hospital.
That's really great to hear.
Yeah. Because it's a woman-run hospital. First NABH, CGHS empaneled, ECHS empaneled, CLRI. We have made all the insurance empanelments, but everything is run by a female group of females. The even when somebody asks job, I prefer giving job opportunity to female, and all my female students are very happy about that. Uh, and when you grab the opportunity and you get the appreciation when you have achieved something, that's not the end. That I used to think like that. Success is not the end. Success is only giving you an opportunity to excel better. So I always think that I'm not successful still enough. I want to excel. That's why instead of starting one more hospital in Chennai, I wanted to start overseas, and I did homework, and I started in Malaysia, which is running very very successfully. And this is the story. Like, yeah, you need to grab everything, otherwise nobody is going to come and give you in a golden plate and feed you everything. Take opportunity and just push and fly away. And you all must create a aura that the subscriber called is not reachable. When you're reachable, you'll be landing in troubles. So always have a aura that, okay, this when you approach this lady, not reachable like that. So stay away from all the toxicity and have a positive attitude to grow.
Thank you. Thank you very much for insightful and inspiring session, madam. So, any of the participants, you have any questions from your end?
Yes, ma'am. I am having one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we have discussed about the three doshas present in our body. So how we know about our own doshas present in our body? Is there any score to determine the doshas?
Like your body constitution, you can determine. I can give you a questionnaire type. It is also available if you Google it. Okay.
Okay.
But uh, unlike allopathy, like there are this many number of symptoms. Okay, there are this many number of signs. Signs is like symptom is like you will come. Sign is like I will find out from you the style of walking, the face reactions, how you sit, how you walk. That's the signs. And there are some blood tests, and there are some scan, X-ray. Everything you put it in a mobile phone and shake it. The digitized way of diagnosis comes in allopathy. But I rather don't go with numbers. You need to talk with the patient for a very long time, interrogate with them. You need to learn how they feel, because we don't go with numbers. We go with the lakshanas, how what the patient says. From that,
Behavioral.
we'll find out which dosha you're getting affected.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from participants? You can also unmute and ask, or you can post in the chat box.
Yeah, I have one question, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So being an entrepreneur, so the young students are here. So when they want to start any startup or any related to, what is your advice?
Oh my
Uh,
God,
they can start with.
Ayurveda has ocean full of opportunities. I'm telling you,
Okay.
it's not like just because I am Ayurveda doctor, but today if you sell anything, you need Ayurveda name. Okay, Ayurvedic toothpaste, Ayurvedic soap, Ayurvedic shampoo,
Yes, exactly.
Ayurvedic towel, Ayurvedic
When
dress,
all are
Ayurvedic
coming to
mosquito
natural,
mat. Yeah. So you have lot of ocean full of opportunities in Ayurveda. For this, you need not be an Ayurveda doctor. You can be an entrepreneur. You can have a herbal garden. You can supply the raw materials for making Ayurvedic medicines. You can run a wellness center appointing Ayurvedic doctors. You can have a teleconsultation platform. You can digitize Ayurveda. You can apply AI with Ayurveda. And today I'm telling you, just because I have gone abroad, now I have established in Malaysia. Later I'm going to establish in Taiwan and Dubai also. Taiwan, a lot of opportunities. They are dying for beauty products. Only if it is Ayurveda they will buy. This is what I learned from them when I was traveling. I have already traveled, and many people are coming to my hospital for exporting the biggest opportunities. Government also signed MOU with the India and Taiwan. And when I travel abroad, I can feel the sense that Ayurveda is growing a lot, and it has really touched the top of the sky. And yeah, there are so many things. Even a one that moringa capsule is sold for 80 rupees. One capsule of moringa.
Oh, that's great to hear.
So,
The
uh,
natural herbs has got a
and
nice
yeah,
value
correct,
now.
correct, correct. You know Dabur.
Yeah.
Dabur company, right?
Yes.
So Burman is the owner. The Dabur is the highest income tax paid company.
Oh,
Just Ayurveda is their business, potentially. And many people are coming up now with Ayurveda entrepreneurship. It opens doors for everybody, particularly for the people like you. Pharma industry is very growing
yes.
because you help us to give Ayurveda a palatable form. Earlier we used to give kashayams, churnams,
Yes.
legiums. Now every palatable form is available with the help with your help.
Tablet and capsules available. Himalaya is also giving the
Yeah,
same.
yeah, correct, correct, correct.
Yes, ma'am. Any government funding or schemes are available for this Ayurveda startups or anything, ma'am?
Yes, yes, yes. Because they focus on too many things, and usually getting fund for Ayurveda should be applied to Ministry of Ayush alone. But now every ministry has a scope for
For all.
applying Ayurveda. Like if you take a skill development, you can design a course and apply for a skill development funding. You know, like you are going to teach the Ayurvedic doctors how to make an herbal extract. If that is the skill, then you can apply for funding. Ayurveda
Yes.
and biology, Ayurveda and IT. Like if you want to digitize the entire Ayurveda textbooks, then you can go for IT ministry funding. Similarly, you have DBT, DST fundings. And in Ayush, you might be getting these EMR projects. Like every time, also women scientist awards are there. Specifically, they give the funds for women scientists. So there are a lot of forums, and recently the government is encouraging in hackathons and smartathons
Yes, yes.
get the reasoning solutions, and they are very fast. They are very much interested. This government is very much interested in
Yes.
developing and lifting Ayurveda.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other question from the audience? You can use the chat box for any query if at all you are unable to unmute. So let us, I think, Lakshmi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, shall we continue with the?
Yes, I think Madam has answered all our questions posed
Yeah.
on her. And thank you very much, Madam, for sharing your valuable insights and experiences with us today. It was a very wonderful, enlightening session, and definitely we will also follow your footsteps and become entrepreneur in Ayurveda, or if not, at least we will practice the Ayurveda, and at least we can be fit enough.
True, true,
Thank you
true.
very much,
Thank you.
Madam.
Thank you all for listening,
Thank you very much.
for your patient time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the inspiring session, ma'am. Knowing ourselves, the woman body, the woman habits, and the true female priorities, what we have to go, and how to grab the opportunities. That was really the required session. And all the ministry related schemes and even sponsorships also, you have given wide knowledge. Thank you so much for joining, ma'am.
Thank you.
In spite of your busy schedule.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, you are not audible, Revati ma'am.
Yeah. So it's time to hand over session to Nandini ma'am, IPGA Women Forum Karnataka State Coordinator, Drug Inspector Headquarters, FDA Bangalore, and Drug Controller Officer, India Welfare Association, Editorial Board Member from Karnataka. To introduce the speaker, Srimati Ivy Lois ma'am, Founder and Director, Mini Training Consulting, Bangalore. Over to Nandini ma'am.
Sorry, I was not able to unmute. Yeah, thank you, Revati ma'am. So good afternoon, one and all. First of all, to the National President of IPGA Women Forum, Ms. Manju ma'am, my fellow, coordinators from all the zones of India and also from the South Zone, the state coordinators of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and myself from Karnataka, and to all the participants and dear students who are attending this meaningful session. So to all of you in advance, happy International Women's Day. So now, the session is just like from retro to metro, we say when it comes to music. So from our ancient knowledge of Ayurveda system, now we are coming to the dynamic allopathic system. The future is female and it's powerful. So today we honor that power and vision with our incredible guest speaker, Ms. Ivy Lewis from Bangalore. So who is breaking career barriers and inspiring change. So welcome, Ivy Lewis, ma'am. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Ms. Ivy Lewis to the August gathering. So she's the founder and director of VNE Training and Consulting LLP, Endurance Skill Development LLP, Bengaluru, Karnataka, since about 15 years. So Ms. Ivy Lewis is a pharmacist with an MBA in HRM and over 3 decades of leadership in pharmaceutical manufacturing, quality, and workforce development. She is known for translating complex science and stringent regulatory requirements into operational excellence across APIs, that is bulk drugs, formulations, and quality assurance, while strengthening the people who drive those operations. She worked in Cipla Limited, AstraZeneca, then Millipore India as GMHR, Business Manager, Technology Operations. She is a certified professional in behavioral and value analysis. She brings a distinct ability to diagnose and elevate the competences at every organization level. So Ms. Ivy Lewis has been associated with PDA Inc. from 2003 as a member and has been extremely active in spearheading the activities of the Parenteral Drug Association chapter in India from 2013 onwards. Ivy has been contributing in the various capacities as a PDA India chapter board member between 2013 and 19. She has also been a member of the steering committee for awards in 2017, member of the steering committee for the PDA letter editorial committee, and a member of the task force that is working on an ANSI standard for quality risk management for aseptic processing. So she is also an active member of the Science Advisory Board and currently holds a position as member board of directors for PDA Inc. So Ms. Ivy Lewis pairs deep technology mastery, aseptic processing, sterility assurance, filtration and filter validation, clean room and environmental monitoring, documentation systems, and microbiological validation practices with a passion for human development. So this combination helps organizations build high-performing teams that embody scientific excellence and a culture of continuous improvement. So Ivy is the trainer and the consultant to the makers, that is medicine makers, and for the people in the pharmaceutical industry, I can say Ms. Ivy Lewis is a woman with a mission. So when I spoke to her for this event, when I called her to invite her for this event, so I came to know that she is my super senior. So we both studied in the same Government College of Pharmacy, Bangalore, Karnataka. So it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you for this wonderful forum, ma'am. So over to Ivy Lewis, ma'am. So the board is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Nandini. That was quite a bit. I would have just stopped and say, that I run the training. By the way, I was also a teacher before I started my journey with the industry. I was a lecturer in PES College of Pharmacy. Can you see my screen?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So after that powerful talk from Dr. Vanita, I don't think I'm going any place. I just want to say happy International Women's Day. There's nothing, that I would have as eloquent as she has been and as magnanimous as she's been, because she's doing business in Ayurveda. And I think it's amazing with the way in which she spoke, because she's also a doctor and she's just mixed everything so well. I'm amazed with what I heard. And thank you so much for having to bring me on to this forum, where I thought it was important for us to understand what does this give to gain mean, and I think Dr. Vanita's call or talk has kind of shown us what it meant to be giving to gaining, because by giving she has done so much, and I'm sure she's also gaining from the Taiwanese who are looking forward to Indian Ayurvedic, not just medicines but also beauty. So from one end of Asia, she's taking the entire discipline of Ayurveda into the other end, which is fantastic. So I think the empathy that anybody has from this give to gain can be attributed to what she has told us as a story. And I think from empowering women, which is one woman that we heard about, she's empowering the country. And I think that is typically what I would expect the youngsters of these days to come into, simply because when you look at the word empowerment, in the entire lexicon of the world, this is the only form of power that grows when it is shared, right? And it's probably an understatement if we say that it's very easy to give. It's not easy to give, and like we heard in the beginning, women were made because it's easy for them to understand what it means to give. It's very seldom that the other sex, which is man or men, are open to giving. They give it, but it's for a limited, circle that they give. Whereas a woman, when she is empowered, she tends to empower nations. And that is where I think the International Women's Day theme comes in saying empowered women, empowered nations. So we have many examples, right, from history down to the current generations of entrepreneurs. Some of them have been spoken about, some of them have not been spoken about. So I'm picking on one person who, from many others, have done a great deal from the multiplier effect. Now, what is the multiplier effect? It is the effect of having to get things to be multiplied, right? Now, this woman here, her name is Smita, and she has been doing great work with an organization that she has built with her husband, and they call it Rang De. Now, this couple were in UK and they were having the best of their lives. But somehow they got to understand that, there is this inequality in society. Many people think about it, many people read about it. This is nothing to do with pharmacy, but I thought it was important to understand how a woman could change the face of a country in her own way. And that is where, I thought I should give you the example of Smita. They are this microcredit organization. They look at crowdfunding platforms with social investors who are 11,600 in number till last year. And they look at rural entrepreneurs, right? So when Dr. Vanita was talking about the various ways in which entrepreneurship can go into Ayurveda, there are a lot of families which are in our villages who are looking for ideas. And this could be one of the things that, the IPGA could do in saying these are potential opportunities that lie untapped as far as the Indian ecosystem is concerned. because this particular group of Rang De has actually funded 29,400 families or people who have been out of the unbanking area, which means they will not have the potential to reach out to banks and ask for loans. So this is the microcrediting company that she started in the year 2008. So from UK, they come back, they start off with their journey. And when the RBI rules changed, they put up a platform which currently is even running. And there are people who don't have the time to do a lot of things, but they want to help the ecosystem in one way or the other. And that is where I think they've taken, Smita and her husband Ram have taken advantage of this in having to make a difference to the society, right? So as a woman, anybody can take the first step. Now, the silent capability, therefore, that you can build, because I think I'm addressing a group of youngsters, is when you are in your first few years of employment. What are some of the first questions that you will think of? I need the perfect job. I've just finished my post-graduation or graduation. I need a job. And that will be not just any job, but the perfect job. The second thing will be a company, which is the perfect company, because we have a lot of social influencers who keep talking about things, right? They say, this is a great company, you can become an employee here. Not really having to understand what it means, but having to talk about it, which is, again, creating promotional videos, and now we have the Instagram as well. So the perfect company is something that is quite wishy-washy as far as individuals are concerned. And the last thing is the perfect role. So the first 5 years or the first few years is where you have to be looking at building the capability that you can get into. But the point is not what you can build, you should be looking at what you must build. Because you cannot be thinking about a short stint in the organization or in your career growing, right? You have to be looking at saying, what is the learning ability that I need to have? Now, this learning ability is not restricted to the books that you would have read while being in your graduation or undergraduation. It is the capability to acquire knowledge, adapt to new situations, and of course, understand complex ideas, right? And this is not limited to just your profession. It's an overarching dogma that you really need to have if you need to be successful in life. And I think this is not being taught in schools, because the kind of teaching that we have right now, it's more into saying, let's look at, what is AI, because that's something that's new. But the fundamentals of learnability or learning ability is kind of put out of the window. So my strong recommendation after the 30 plus years that I've spent in the industry is that you must hone the learning ability that you have. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are. Learning ability is one of the things that you really need to work on, because there are different ways that you could work on it. But one of it is by being curious about what is it that I have to be looking at. The second aspect is having oodles of courage, right? Now, what is courage? It's the capacity to withstand danger, fear, or even difficulty, right? Simple daily activities that you probably undertake. You're out on the street, you were supposed to get a bus, you didn't get a bus. The easiest thing for you to do is go back home, right? But the courage is that saying, nothing doing. I have a class to attend, I have to be there. I have office to attend, I have work to perform, I have to be there. So moving from having to look at saying, can I do something different, is where you're looking at the capacity to withstand that rejection. And this happens every day, literally every moment it would happen to us. The third is the rage of resilience. Now, why do I call it the rage of resilience? Is simply because You could have the ability to adapt to adversity, but you don't express that. You could have the ability to face tragedy or trauma, but you don't express that. And I think the world needs a lot of this expression coming out into the space, because having it to yourself is not gaining anything. You're just suppressing it, right? So that ability to bounce back is, I think, the third but the most important, that you can build as the capability that you have as you're looking to build a career, right? And as you're building those abilities of learning, of having to be resilient and having to be courageous, you can also look at building these five muscles. First and foremost, don't look for titles, because we run two organizations actually, and we have women. I loved it when Dr. Vanita said that she's got more women in her workforce than men. I'm sure the men will feel very left out, but it's nice to be among women, right? When you're in a work situation. Our organization also has a maximum women force. We're a very small group because we are into training and consulting. We are into education. So we have people who are able to look at no titles, but a lot of learning. And my recommendation to all the youngsters here is don't be bothered about the titles, because what am I learning for me to be invaluable in an organization is what you need to be really looking for. Many a times there are people who we interview, they say, what's the package that you give? The package is actually immaterial, because it's the little amount that you get, but you're portioning it into saying, this is my saving, this is my daily allowance, and this is what I'm going to look at into my future. So even if you get a 500 rupee, how do you allocate it for your life is where you're going to be learning when you get that money. So we've had to reject a lot of people when we hear that they are looking only for the package or for the title. We welcome people who are saying, okay, this is an industry which we don't know anything about. I'm willing to learn. So can I come in there? Right? So learn how the systems work, because if it's your first job or if it's your second job, it really doesn't matter. You need to know how the systems work in that organization, how people work together, how decisions are made, and how problems are solved. Because the ability to solve a problem is the most important that employers look forward to. It is not what you learn in college, because I'm a postgraduate in pharmacognosy, but I do nothing as far as pharmacognosy is concerned. We look at training people, we look at educating people, right? And this is for the operations in the industry. The second muscle that you need to build up is to speak up earlier than what you think you should. You heard Dr. Vanita saying that, sitting in a meeting, people normally don't listen to women. But having to make your voice heard really means that you need to have data to support what you're saying or support what you are thinking of doing. There could be many people in the room, but it really doesn't matter. And you don't need to be looking at saying, maybe I'm new. It's all right. Because believe me, when we say speak up, your question could actually be making a lot of sense to not just one or two people, but maybe to the world at large. But if you don't speak, then you're doing disservice not just to yourself, but also to the universe, because it's going against the grain of what we have as the theme, give to gain, right? So your ideas have to come out into the world in order to make a difference to the world. You don't know who's going to be changing because you asked that question or you had that idea in your mind. Third is don't fear for making mistakes, right? Imagine a situation when you were a little baby and you were starting to crawl, right? And your parents were sitting around you in that living room, and you were on your fours. Now, before you even started, your dad or your mom or your grandma just says, no, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Would you have walked? Would you have grown up? Would you have come to the place that you are in currently? You wouldn't. They knew that you would fall. They knew that you would actually bruise yourself. But if you don't get to that point of having to start to make mistakes, you'll never learn, right? So this fear, I think, will have to be exiting your world, your lexicon, your dictionary. It has to get out of you, and you have to start playing the game, because it's your game that's going to be making the world a different place. The fourth muscle that you need to look at is building relationships. Because normally, when we say Gen Z or the youngsters now, they're very focused, which is good, but they don't have connections outside of the workspace. They have their schoolmates, they have their college friends, but in the work area, they're very looking into the work, and they're not able to make those connections with people who are outside. So, one of the fundamentals that I say is learn to make a relationship with yourself, your voice, your thoughts, your thinking, and then you'll be able to cascade that into the world that you're actually working in, right? And fifth is believe in the long game. Now, because we are in Women's Day, I'm talking of girls. Normally, when you hit the age of 25, 26, and you're not yet married, you have a lot of questions coming up and saying, what happened? Are you planning to get married? Are you planning to settle down? Well, I would think that marriage is not the be all and end all for a girl. And these days, not even for a boy, right? So when you look at the long game, think of it like you're a marathoner, not a sprinter. Sprinting is important, yes, because that gives you the fuel to, get more things done. But when you're a marathoner, you're actually connecting the mind, the heart, and the body. So something like what Dr. Vanita said again, the three doshas that you have, understanding that and saying that I'm not going to be quitting, right? Because you will have failures. Like I said, point number three, you will have times when you fall and you say, oh my goodness, I should have known. No, you wouldn't have known. Just look at it positively and get moving, because these are muscles that you really need to build through having to work. If you don't stand up, if you don't get that first foot out, you will never be counted. And we have a lot of potential in our country, in the youth, in the women that we have, because the voices that women bring to the world is something which is fantastic, right? So, looking into the next 30 years, 40 years, whichever be the age space that you're in, you could look at yourself, and when you look back, you should be able to say that life was fantastic, right? We don't wait for our dead bodies to be counted, but we look at it every day and we say, wow, could I have changed something? Yes, of course. But having lived that life, having walked that path from where you were, which is, probably a little girl, to where you are now and where you want to go, I think the immense pleasure that you would have when you're looking back and saying, that this is what I have become and this is what I have been. So, building on that courage, in the ability to ask questions, being inquisitive, and the ability to learn. I think this is what will take you forward. Of course, I would want all the girls to take this back home. But if there are boys on this group, then there's nothing better than you having to empower the she in your life, right? Because when you empower a woman, is where you start to see that the world around you is not just growing, but flourishing. Because there's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of joy that a woman brings to the world. And I think that give to gain in empowering women and empowering the nation is true in so many ways. And I think we heard Doctor also say that, she's been doing it in many, many ways. We have been trying to do it by looking at people who are working in the industry, in having them to be empowered with science, with the knowledge of what they do. So we've been doing this training business for the past 16 years now, and we do it in probably every large organization that the pharmaceuticals are in across the world. So it's been a pleasure, and I'd like to first of all thank Nandini for having got in touch with me and saying, can you address the IPGA? I didn't know what I was getting into, but I think it is wonderful speaking to all of you. And even if you have to be taking back 3 things from this talk, I think it's just keeping the learning ability high, looking at being courageous and having that rage of resilience. Nobody is going to push you down, right? Don't allow people to push you down. Even if somebody does, it's all right. You can get up, you can wipe your bruises away and stand up and say, I'm here for a long term. Thank you very much, Nandini. And of course, the rest of the IPGA team.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really very nice and realistic. And with a real-time empowered woman, you have created a real example how we have to be and how we have to stand once again and once again. Yeah, actually, this is the point I was also stressing much. So we need to be pushed by someone else. Self motivation is really, really missing among girls, students also. What we think, father has to push, our teacher has to push. Someone they're expecting to push by someone. Self motivation is really, really required nowadays for all the young minds who has joined this session. Nandini ma'am, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, I remember. Really, it was actually you were. I think initially you felt bad, but it was really wonderful. So this was what actually needed, ma'am. So keeping pharma aside, so how women have to be empowered. So giving examples of what is happening by our own Indians in abroad. So since the world is moving so fast and Gen Z generations and all, so I actually, with this what 5 muscles to be built, all these things are really wonderful, and things are, you have told, expressed so simply. I mean, in a simple way, a manner that it can be easily, we can remember, and always we keep in whatever challenges the students or we face during our regular work or workspace or families. So these things can be recollected in our mind, and we can find some solutions at that moment. And also, it was really very useful session. So on behalf of IPGA Forum, so I extend heartfelt thanks for your time, ma'am, because Prashant was saying she's very busy woman. Lady, so I don't know if she can make it, but thanks for making this event for us, ma'am. So thanks for sharing your experience. Thank you.
So, a token of appreciation for both the speakers, Dr. Vanitha ma'am, Murli Kumar, and Ivy Lois ma'am. So, thank you for joining IPGA Women Forum. So, it's really a true examples and true speakers we have today's session.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, after having two enriched and enlightened sessions, so let us wind up the program with a vote of thanks. And I would like to invite Nandini ma'am to deliver the vote of thanks.
Yes. Good evening, one and all, once again. So, on behalf of the organizing team, it's my great honor to propose vote of thanks for today's inspiring this virtual webinar on the eve of this International Women's Day. So, first and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Atul Kumar Nasa sir, who is the National President of Indian Pharmaceutical Graduate Association, for his encouragement, leadership, and support for initiatives that empower professionals and students across the country. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to today's chief guest, Dr. Manju Singh ma'am, who is the chairperson for National IPGA Women Forum of the Nation. So for her being a guiding force and for her leadership and participation in the pharmaceutical field. And my sincere appreciation also goes to Dr. Jaybalan sir, who is the Joint Secretary, North and the Public Relations Division, Alwar Chapter IPGA Rajasthan, Principal Alwar College of Pharmacy, and who is the technical support for us for making this online session. And he has been very much supportive in creating links for the registration at every moment in the technical area. So thanks to Dr. Jaybalan sir. I would also like to acknowledge all the South Zone state presidents, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, for supporting the Women Forum and encouraging us to do various activities, the president and the joint secretaries of all the states. On behalf of South Zone Women Forum, I extend really heartfelt thanks to our distinguished speakers of today, Dr. Vanitha Murli Kumar and Ms. Ivy Lois ma'am, who spared their time from, in spite of their busiest schedule, to grace this occasion. So today we had an opportunity to hear out of their experience and knowledge and thoughts. So definitely it will be useful for us, for all the participants in our day-to-day activities. And it's very much empowering session as all are acknowledging actually. So I also thank the zonal coordinators of IPGA whose dedicated efforts help connect the professionals and students across the nation. So a special word of thanks to South Zone Coordinator, Dr. Mahalakshmi Madam, for the excellent coordination and initiative in organizing today's meaningful program. So also, Mahalakshmi Ma'am is there, I think, right? Okay. So heartfelt thanks to Dr. B. Kumudaveni Madam, IPGA Women Forum South Zone Joint Secretary. Then Dr. B. Revati Madam being the moderator of the today's session. She's the IPGA Women Forum from Andhra Pradesh State Coordinator. I thanks Dr. Lakshmi Madam, Tamil Nadu State Coordinator, for making the first session so interactive and meaningful. And I also thank Ms. Ramya Gayatri, IPGA Women Forum Kerala State Coordinator, for your unwavering support for organizing this event. So I would also like to thank Sri K. Srinivasa, the Commissioner of FDA Karnataka, and the Additional Drugs Controller and ELA of Karnataka, Dr. Umesh, who is the President of IPGA Karnataka, and all my colleagues of Karnataka for being the guiding support behind the scenes in making this event from our side also to arrange and organize. Thank you. So finally, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to all the pharma graduates, teaching faculty, students, and the participants who joined us from different parts of India. So your enthusiastic participation truly made this event interactive and meaningful. So I'll always, in Manusmriti, it says, Yatra naristu pujyante ramante tatra devataha. So it is where women are honored, so divinity blossoms there. And where women are dishonored, all action, no matter how noble, remains unfruitful. But today's women, we don't want any men to do puja to us. Instead, women need to be empowered. They need to be seen. They need to be heard, supported, rooted in deep respect, trust, and emotional connection. So as we celebrate International Women's Day, let us continue to support, encourage, and empower women to lead, innovate, and inspire the future generations. So once again, through this forum, all the South Zones have coordinated along with the National President and the National Chairperson. So once again, heartfelt thanks and congratulations to all of you for making this event a grand success. So thank you one and all. Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really an elaborative and clear vote of thanks that I have ever heard, really. That's very nice to hear from you, Nandini ma'am. And I would like to on your videos for the file photo. Okay, those who are having access, so kindly on your videos. All the audience, you can on your video. Access is given for you, you can.
If male participants are also there, means they can also switch on
Yes,
videos.
yes,
It is
everyone,
actually
everyone.
not only for the females. Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
men needs to
main
be.
has to
Yes.
be what we say is to gain the knowledge to how to support the women and the.
Yes.
Very happy to see that participants. Yeah, thank you so much. And let us stand for the national anthem. Jaybalan sir, I think we can play the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
लाइफ की बेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट है एक सही लाइफ पार्टनर ढूंढना।
Yeah, thank you so much. We have come to the end of the session. So thank you all for joining this session.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.